Hey everyone, welcome to week 18 of the NFL ChuggieBets edition. I got Al above me, Sunshine in the corner, Danny to the side of me. I'm Matt, and before we do any of the heavy lifting here, we drink a beer first. So, cheers.
Cheers.
Who's ready to chug some beers and make some bad gambling picks? Welcome to ChuggieBets.
Whoosh. Duval Light.
Duval Light, baby. Duval.
Representing those Jaguars, they're hot as hell.
Oh, so good.
So we're recording in the middle of the Monday Night Football game. Unfortunately, the game was suspended. The hit on Damar Hamlin. Yeah, there was a lot that fell out from an injury there, so they decided to suspend the game in the middle of the first quarter. I know there was a lot of conflicting reports about his health status, but I think, Danny, you just got some sort of update, right?
Yeah, so it looks like his, I don't know if it's his agent or his friend, or I think it says his marketing rep or something, but his vitals are back to normal. They're putting him to sleep so they can put a breathing tube in his throat. They're currently running tests. So looks like he's doing better. This is a weird injury that apparently happens like mostly in like kids' little league stuff where you get like a blunt force trauma to the chest.
Like line drive to the chest of a 10-year-old or something.
Ground balls, so they get hit in the chest, and then it can stop your heart. And, it results in death a lot of times. But when it doesn't, what happens is when you have treatment right away where they can, the AED or whatever, the defibrillator, you can restart the heart right away and they can get oxygen back to the brain fast enough that you don't have the brain damage. So great treatment. This happened with Erickson in the soccer match last year, where he went down, he collapsed from a heart issue, and they were able to treat him, and he played in the World Cup this year. So we can all just kind of pray for Damar that he makes a full recovery, because it looks like he's on that path right now.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Let's have a little sip for Damar here.
Hell yeah. Damar Hamlin, let's have it.
I would say for everything the NFL is just god awful at, including a lot of team doctor issues, the actual emergency response from staff on field has always been top notch.
They were there right away.
Yeah,
I'm glad they are. Considering...
it was 15 years ago maybe when what was the tight end that went to Miami who played for the Bills? Yeah, Kevin Everett. Yeah, broke his spine or whatever, and they had high tech treatment that they cooled his spine so the swelling was down and he's able to walk because of that. When normally that's like a paralyzing injury, and it's tons of different instances like that where these injuries, as rare as they are way too common. But thanks to quick and accurate response, these guys tend to have a more positive outlook.
Yeah, scary though, man. Scary.
Yeah,
it was uncomfortable. Joe Buck, you never see Joe Buck rattled, and he was auditorily rattled, trying to figure out the ways.
He handled it fine. He said, he's like, look, this doesn't matter. We're all here to pray for him. We have a broadcast to do, so I have to say some things. One of the times they came back from break, and he was like, there's really nothing to say here, guys. We're just going to go back to break. It was
super professional.
He's really good at this stuff. I mean, I know a lot of people hate Joe Buck, but I always think he's really good on the broadcast. I know he hates a lot of people's teams, but
I think it's easy to talk shit about how the talking heads sort of respond in this situation, but it's not something they're expecting. It's not something they prep for. So it's just
he's there to call touchdowns and home runs. He's not there to call deaths.
Yeah. I want to give props to
he was dead on the field and they brought him back to life. So
yeah. Well, that's the thing, that especially ESPN and the NFL, they have a tight relationship, i.e., they're hand in hand when it comes to collecting money off the NFL. So ESPN doesn't want to say it. They don't want to outright say it. So I noticed one time when they come back from commercial and Susie Colbert kind of gave an update of what happened, why the game isn't on. And she's like, the player fell down, then he got up, then he fell down, and they were giving him oxygen. And I'm like, kind of leaving out the whole CPR part, the whole his heart stopped and they had to revive him. Probably because someone was like, "Don't say it, don't say CPR, don't say." And
the NFL's protecting their brand for sure, right?
Yeah.
They don't want you to know that you could have a heart injury. Like everyone knows tissue, muscle, bone injuries, and we can all laugh it off, like, "Oh, it sucks," but his tendon will repair. They're not trying to be like, "Hey, kids, you could break your heart
you can
playing
spontaneously die." Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with protecting your brand. They
Booger McFarland.
wanted to get the game going. This game's got playoff. I mean, Skip said it best. Everybody else is talking about the guy's hurt and how this is the only thing that matters and we shouldn't be playing the game. And Skip comes out with this game has playoff implications. It's late in the season. When are they going to replay it?
How do you think this impacts his legacy? Fucking Skip Bayless. What a shithead.
What a clown. I mean, he's the best at his job. He's the best at it.
It was a beautiful, masterfully written troll tweet. He does it on purpose because he's so good at it. He's so good at it.
I just want to give a shout out to Booger McFarland for actually saying it without because ESPN was probably like, "Don't say shit," and he was like, "No, they should all go home. They should not be playing this game. Like ESPN can put some B-reel footage up and we can all go home. They don't need to play a game." And props for actually saying that, because I'm sure if the game hadn't been canceled, he would have caught some serious shit internally for that. But he's right, 1,000%.
It's a good thing this game had Joe Burrow and Josh Allen playing in it, and they were on the same page because two of the league's biggest stars agreeing that they weren't going to go back out there, because I think the league wanted them to play.
For sure. The league doesn't give a shit. They don't give a fuck.
They don't get
They'll listen to their players. The league will listen to their players.
But that's not because they want to listen to them. That's because they don't want a whole secondary beef thing where then other teams are like, "We're not playing because you let them play." It's more like covering their own.
I think you're just describing business. But
literally.
we don't need to get into a business capitalism debate here. The
business of television, there's going to be a lot of make goods. There's a lot of headaches because this game wasn't played tonight, but that shit doesn't matter, right? They'll make it up. ESPN and ABC.
They can literally just call it a tie and done.
They'll get the money refunded. They have to.
That had implications on it.
I mean, both of these teams are making the playoffs. They were the ones fighting over the
top seed,
the 1 seed. So,
well, they probably should play it tonight. They should probably get that game done.
I should point out that it was my Chuggy bet, so I guess technically I won.
You can have a Chuggy bet.
So Chris's record this week is pending.
Yeah, and speaking of records, I wanted to handle the serious news before we get into the dumb bullshit of the week. We can recap the record last week. Al, 4-4, broke 500, lost a little money on the VIG, but that's all right. Andy had a tough week. Andy, this was a not Andy-like performance in both NFL and college, and he's not here tonight because of it. He had to run away. He wanted to hide.
Yeah, Andy did so bad he couldn't show his face.
He's Chuggy Bets this week until he gets back. We were just messing around. He was at a game today and he's with his wife, probably having more fun than four dudes drinking beer and talking about sports on a podcast. Sonny is 0-1 with the Giant. Maybe he went and got a steak.
Or maybe how many how many Jamesons his wife had? Maybe that might impact.
Yeah, I don't see them hitting them on Venus tonight. They could, maybe. I don't know.
Could just be having relations at the hotel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was the implication. Champagne.
They didn't bring their kids. Yeah,
there's no kiddos.
Yep.
Andy's gonna love this part of the podcast.
We're definitely not editing this.
Luckily, he's our editor.
I wonder how his unit size was this week.
Smaller after that betting performance, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So Chris is 0-1 with a giant asterisk. So he could be 1-1 already. I don't know how we'll make it up, but it doesn't really matter. Danny had a winning week, 2-1, won his Chuggy bet. And I think I have the best record here. It was 3 games over 500, 6-3, and I won my Chuggy bet. So does that mean I get to give out 2 here?
I do just want to say, Matt, you sold me short. I also won my Chuggy bet.
I'm sorry. Al won
so
a Chuggy
still
bet.
For the entire season, since we've been doing Chuggy bets, only 2 weeks I have not hit that. That's fucking incredible. I'm sorry.
You're
I'm great.
really good
But
at this,
Matt,
bud.
you were great this
It is.
week. To circle this back to you,
Yeah.
Matt,
Let's
the big
talk
winner
about
of the
me
week.
for a little bit longer. No, I was 6-3, won a chuggy bet. So Danny has a chuggy bet. I have 2 chuggy bets. Al has a chuggy bet. I'm going to assume Chris won his game. He was going to win it tonight. So Chris, I'm giving you a chuggy bet as well. At least we can all enjoy the fact
going on.
that Andy does not have a chuggy bet this week.
So I'd just like to point out that Andy didn't make this podcast because he was on a vacation at a game. I'm literally coming at you from the patio of my old Key West resort in Disney World so that I can make this podcast. Some of us will make
I'm
it
more
work.
dedicated.
Some people are gamers. Some people
It's
aren't.
dedication, man.
Yeah.
Cheers to you, Danny.
I had the whole day at the Magic Kingdom behind me today. I should be asleep right now.
Yeah, that's a whole day not drinking too. That sucks.
Oh,
It's great at Disney.
Not a whole day. Not a whole day.
is there no
there's
alcohol at
one-
Magic Kingdom?
Only
What?
if you get like a restaurant reservation.
There's one restaurant where you can. It's Bell's Castle. You can.
Damn.
There might be another one if you get like a character breakfast or something.
It seems pretty fucked up that they don't have like a turkey leg and a beer place in Magic Kingdom.
You can get a fake ass beer at Gaston's Tavern, but it's just a big sugary nothing.
Oh, it sounds awful.
Yeah.
There's nothing I want less than a fake beer, right? I can drink an NA beer, but I'm sure that shit has like 47 carbs and no
Yeah.
booze.
And at least like 0.05% alcohol. So there's at least a little bit you can like con yourself into thinking. But yeah.
You're like,
whatever
I'll
a
have
fake-
300
So
of them
beer
right
is
now,
good.
What is the
please.
Gaston
love
beer? It's like a
beers.
butter beer. It's like a Harry Potter butter beer ripoff.
It's basically yes, it's a butterbeer ripoff. That's exactly what it is. It's
I
a
mean, it
little
sounds
more.
delicious, but it's not.
It's yummy. It's yummy. I've had one. I don't ever get it, but I've had a sip of one that somebody else had.
It's not alcohol.
It's not my thing.
Yeah.
All right. So going back to the NFL, we covered all the records. Everyone has a chuggy to give out. There were 5 teams eliminated this weekend. There are a surprising amount of teams that are still alive. But regardless, there were 5 teams, and in normal chuggy bet fashion, we will do a compliment sandwich to all bid them adieu as they leave. The Las Vegas Raiders, unfortunately, were eliminated from the playoffs this weekend. Danny,
Well, the Las Vegas
memorialize.
Raiders were eliminated, but they kind of did that on purpose because they didn't want to pay Eyeliner $40 million this offseason. So they replaced him with some guy whose name I don't know.
Jarrett
And
Stidham.
what was that, Al?
Jarrett Stidham.
What was that, Al?
Auburn alum Jarrett Stidham.
Auburn alum indeed.
Auburn alum Jared Studham? What?
Stidham.
Stidham. Okay, I still don't know who it is. So yeah, they did that on purpose. I mean, that was kind of rude. Why would you just not give this guy who's been a really good quarterback to you for a long time $40 million? He deserved that $40 million. I'm going. He needed that $40 million to feed his family.
Yeah.
That's my.
What are they
take
gonna?
on it.
What are they gonna eat now?
Yeah. Like
Well, that was-
probably some of the $170 million he's already earned playing football.
That's probably correct.
You know what's
They're gonna have
interesting?
$100.
I know we're getting sidetracked by the compliment sandwich, but what happens with Devontae Adams? Didn't he go to Vegas specifically to play with Derek Carr? Is there like a package deal?
Oh
somewhere as a drop?
no. Devontae Adams went there to play with Aaron Rodgers.
Strippers?
No, he went there to play with Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers signed this big ass contract in Green Bay. He's going to play 1 year of it. He's going to Vegas.
Okay.
Wow,
Oh, this is
okay.
all part of the master plan, huh?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers put Devontae Adams exactly where he wanted.
As long as it gets all the way the fuck out of the NFC North, I'm cool with it.
Remove Vegas to the NFC
So,
North.
Danny, hit us with your compliment sandwich for the Vegas Raiders.
All right, Las Vegas Raiders. You have great uniforms. Great uniforms.
Iconic.
Your city is trash. I don't know. I guess that's not I don't want to say something bad about the city of Vegas. That's going to be the end. You are assholes for not giving Derek Carr his $41 million. And supposedly people like the shows in your city. You have great shows in your city.
That's very nice. Well done.
I'd go see Brittany.
I would totally go see.
It's
Actually,
Brittany,
yeah, they do have good shows. They do have good shows. Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, they do.
Dark when he was there for a long time. I'd probably
It's
go
like
see.
Creed,
I'd probably go see My Heart Will Go On too. Celine. I'd go see
Yeah.
Celine.
I would
I'll
for
see
sure go see
residences
Celine.
all day. You can only
Yeah.
gamble so much. I say that's not true. You can gamble the whole time, but it's
I'm just
nice to
saying
go
I
see
don't
one of
need
those
to be in
shows.
Vegas to gamble. I don't need to be in Vegas to gamble. There's lots of places to gamble.
I just gambled a minute before being on this podcast, so yes, I feel you.
That's the whole point. You can gamble from my phone.
I'm gambling during podcasts. So yes. So hey, to Vegas. Next, let's go to the Carolina Panthers were eliminated. Al, can you give me a compliment sandwich about Carolina?
Sure. Carolina, the good Carolina. Their barbecue is kind of bullshit. It's all pork and vinegar. Not like I'm gonna eat it, but I'm not. It's not where my heart's at. But it's much better barbecue.
But it is good. The Carolina sauce is good.
I love Carolina barbecue.
Like I said, I'll fuck with it, but it's not like it's not where it's at for me. And then also, your racists are nicer than others.
Is that a mean part or a?
Yeah, that's the end of the compliment sandwich.
Okay, so that's the nice part.
It's the good. I mean, I guess it's kind of the same as saying the good Carolina.
They have the nicer racists. Was the bread in your compliment sandwich?
Yeah, and then I was shitting on their vinegar pork.
Okay.
So,
all right, to Carolina.
Not as good as my Denver one, I guess.
No. At least you didn't kill someone today. Let's go to New Orleans. I know this has a special place in the heart of Sunshine. Sunshine, can we memorialize New Orleans?
Where to start with New Orleans? Bourbon Street. Excellent street. What a great time. Probably not a great place to be arrested, but great time. Their football team. Listen, we've told you once, we told you 1,000 times. Weed at. Stop asking. Beignets. Done.
They're really good. They're really good.
Delicious.
I feel worse about New Orleans if they would
compliment sandwich, Chris. By the way, that was good. Well done.
I'd feel worse if they had actually embraced the fun and started Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston all year, but they decided to go Andy Dalton. Fuck them.
Yeah.
To New Orleans.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you got to embrace the chaos. I will say, I think I have an issue with the only issue I have with not necessarily beignets, but powdered sugar in general is sort of along the same lines as vinegar in that when you breathe in as you bring it to your mouth, you inhale with vinegar fumes, but with powdered sugar you get you inhale sugar dust and it makes you cough right as you go for a bite, makes a big mess. So if I had anything to say about beignets, it would be they should try and fix powdered sugar. Maybe go with a glaze. Maybe work in a glaze.
Big powdered sugar needs to be on notice here. Al's coming for your ass.
Put them on notice. They're on the hot seat.
And finally, the Washington Commanders were eliminated this week. Washington, you did a good job changing your team name. It's no longer racist. Congratulations. Unfortunately, you changed to something that sounds like commies representing Washington, D.C., and you wear a reddish color. Hilarious to me. Clearly tone deaf to you. When you had the perfect name, it's called the Washington Football Team. That's all you needed.
Great.
And another bad thing is you didn't start Heineke this week. Why? Carson Wentz had a passer rating of 2.9. That's out of 100. That's not out of 10. That's out of 100.
Matt, in their defense, they didn't really know what they had in Carson Wentz.
No one. Oh, we're still testing it out.
Does anyone?
And finally,
this game to figure it out.
You have cool museums, and Ben's Chili Bowl is legit. I know everyone loves it up there. Ben's Chili Bowl is legit. Your chili hot dogs are fire.
Matt,
Commanders.
Not that it's that hard, but I got to give you props for coming up with 2 negatives, neither including Dan Snyder's directly.
Wow, I really did it. I know. I there's so much to compliment and disregard regarding.
I have a theory on Carson Wentz, by the way.
Okay.
Maybe he's left-handed, and he just doesn't know it. You know. That's all.
He probably is. I think you've gotten us all. I think he is left-handed.
It's the only logical explanation.
He just is raised in a right-handed household that was very close-minded to left.
No, yeah, like left-handers are the devil. Like
Yeah,
they
they
beat
are.
it out
We
of
all
him.
we all know this.
Yeah.
Every one of them is the devil.
So
Speaking of the Commanders, there was an amazing press conference the other day. Ron Rivera, who I love, I adore him as a head coach. I think he's the best. At the end of the press conference, he did not know that there was a chance his team was eliminated, which they were, of course, because we're talking about it today, and depending on the result of the Giants game, I believe, or some other game. The playoffs
the
are so
Packers,
ridiculous.
I think, actually.
Packers, that's what it was.
Thursday,
They were asking if Sam Howell would start this week. He's like, why would they start? And he's like, because you guys could be eliminated. He's like, we could be eliminated. My take on this is he is the ultimate football guy, right? Everyone says take it 1 week at a time. Don't worry about next week. Take it 1 week at a time. That dude walks what he talks because he clearly didn't give a shit about the playoffs. He just wanted to play Carson Wentz and lose a game in embarrassing fashion to Cleveland. I don't know if anyone else has a take on this.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was coaches are so focused on what happens if we win, and if we win, we control our destiny. Nobody took a moment to go, okay, but if we lose, what can happen? And he goes, oh, whoops, we shit the bed. Now we're out. Pretty fantastic.
It was remarkable. It was beautiful.
Honestly, I just don't think he does the math. Like Riverboat doesn't do the math. He's not a math guy. He's a football guy. He does the football. He lets the math. He leaves the math up to the other guys.
Yeah, there's like some guy with like a pasty skin and like a ugly beard who like does the carrying of the ones.
Yeah, exactly. He's there to like go for it on 4th and short.
Yeah, I just really loved his reaction too, because he was like, you could tell in his head he was about to be like, we're not eliminated, and then he was like, wait, we didn't think about elimination scenarios. And he was like, we can be eliminated. His face was just beautiful. Love it.
It was the best. Yeah, we talked about Derek Carr possibly being traded or whatever the hell's going on with Derek Carr. So that topic's been largely covered. Danny, would you take Derek Carr right now on the Dolphins?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably a safer move.
Ooh, that could be fun.
I think he would light it up here.
Yeah.
That's unrelated. But
are you saying like if Tua has so many concussions that he can't play, you're like, oh yeah, send me Derek Carr?
Well, you need 2 quarterbacks if Tua is one of your quarterbacks. So yeah, I would want Derek Carr to be one of them.
It's very interesting. You need 2 quarterbacks if Tua
You
is
need 2 quarterbacks.
You need 3 quarterbacks if your backup is Teddy Bridgewater, because that's the second time he's been hurt in a game this year as the backup.
Poor guy.
Teddy did not cover this week, but he also didn't get to finish.
Teddy ducked for cover.
Yeah. Hey, we actually technically we did cover. Never mind. I take it back, Teddy. I take it back. I forgot we were +3. Now we got all the eliminated teams out of the way. Let's get into the playoff picture. I think there's only a couple spots left, and then there's like reshuffling the deck who will be top of the AFC and whatnot. Al, you want to break it down for us?
Yeah, so there is a little bit of shuffling left to be worked out at the top of the AFC. Chiefs right now are the 1 seed, but Buffalo and Kansas or Cincy both could theoretically jump them, I think. The only division left up for grabs is going to be Jacksonville, Tennessee, which is in Jacksonville and Saturday night. So the winner of that one is going to host a playoff game. Your top 2 wild cards are set with the Chargers and the Ravens. The 7 seed, the last spot, is currently held by the Patriots, with the Dolphins and Steelers both in contention for that one. That wraps up the AFC. On the NFC side, the Eagles are still leading the conference, but have not locked it up. They may not win the division because the Cowboys are just a game back with a game to go. So the Cowboys could theoretically win the NFC East, which could put the Eagles in the 5 seed spot, which would be interesting. But a win for the Eagles, and they clinch the 1 seed. 49ers and Vikings are a game back, so they are in similar roles as the AFC side, chasing that 1 seed. The Bucks have clinched the NFC South. The 6 seed, after the Cowboys being the 5, the 6 seed is the Giants, and the only spot left is the 7 seed, which is currently occupied by Seattle. Green Bay and Detroit are the 2 teams and steal that spot from Seattle. The way that one shakes out, if Green Bay wins, they're in. If Green Bay loses, Detroit is in. If Seattle loses, and if Detroit wins and Seattle wins, then Seattle's in. I probably said that confusing, but
Yep.
it'll be fun to see. And Detroit and Green Bay got flexed into Sunday night, so got some exciting primetime football this weekend.
Shocker, they put Aaron Rodgers at a primetime game, and I bet you the referees will make sure Aaron Rodgers wins that game.
So there's
Absolutely.
a chance your season gets ended by Aaron Rodgers again.
Mhm.
Is that what you're
Yep.
saying? God
I
damn.
think I have a beautiful. So as a Lions fan, I've found I've become very adept at anticipating the very specific kind of pain my season ends in, and I'm pretty sure the Seahawks will win their game, and then the Lions will beat the Packers handily in a big, oh shit, if only Baker Mayfield would have won one last time, then the Lions would have been in, but instead they wasted a meaningless Lambeau victory on this.
I like that. That sounds
You get
like
Geno in the playoffs. At least it's better than Aaron Rodgers.
So, like you get to watch a Lions victory over Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau, but have zero joy while doing it.
Yeah.
That sounds a lot like being a Lions fan.
Yeah.
So that was really interesting hearing you break that down. But it made me did we leave an eliminated team out?
Did someone get forgotten? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Did we talk about a team that's located somewhere up northeast?
Oh,
we did. A certain
did.
AFC team, a certain Big Apple team, the Mike White-led New York Jets.
Oh, Chris, thank you for bringing it up. Let's do a compliment sandwich. Fuck the Jets. Cheers.
Fuck the Jets.
Fuck the Jets. Cats is bullshit. Let's just shit on New York for a minute. You guys cool with that?
Okay. Their water
It's a
isn't
city.
any better. They can say anything they want.
I've
Like,
had
they may
just
have
as
more
good
ta-
a bagels
Not
at
better.
every
Their
Panera
bagels
I've
are
ever been
better.
to.
All
Their
their
bagels
good
are-
pizza and bagel restaurants moved to South Florida already.
Agreed.
Also, New York's pizza is just like regular pizza.
That's
I
yes.
love New York pizza, but yes, it's just regular ass
you know-
pizza.
Yeah, but like there's New York style pizza restaurants in every city you go to from people that used to make pizza in New York.
But it's not the same because it's not in
You
the
know what my
back of the
favorite-
old neighborhood.
You know, my favorite thing about living in the Big Apple is it's having to walk 5 blocks to a grocery store and carry 6 bags a fucking half mile and then up 8 flights of stairs to unload my groceries. Nothing like it. The Big Apple. Mwah.
I love getting robbed on the subway.
Oh, it's so cool.
Oh, watching homeless people shit in the snow.
You know,
Unfortunately, I think that happens
I
everywhere.
used to get to watch homeless people shit in the sand. It was almost as good.
What else?
Uh,
Who can forget the lovely waterways in New York City?
Oh, they're beautiful. You should go for a swim in
Christine
the East
Hudson.
River.
Yeah.
You'll knock some bodies out of the way. So to the Jets, you had a good season.
You know what the best part about living in New York is? Moving to South Florida.
New York Junior.
Oh, that was fun. Thanks for bringing that up, Chris. I can't believe we almost let that slide.
That would have been unacceptable on my end. So we got a bunch of games to break down this week. I have not had a ton of picks here, but let's talk about them. What do you say? We have a game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh, should we go in order, or do you want to go as order on the list? Should we go Saturday?
Yeah, if we know the Saturday schedule, let's knock out the earlier games first. All of it's TBD because all that stuff was only sorted out recently.
Yeah, so first game is Saturday, 4:30, Kansas City at Las Vegas. Kansas City is a 9.5-point favorite. Vegas has nothing to play for, and Kansas City does. Anyone have a thought on this? Al, do you have any thoughts or leans?
I don't have a play on it, but it sure sounds like a scenario where the Chiefs just like trounce the Raiders, and the Raiders are just like boning it in.
Yeah, week 17 is always hard to bet. I might place some live bets if something like that looks like it's happening. But I don't
Because
have
you
any.
could also, because you never know how teams react to this kind of. I mean, I guess they are assuming, the Chiefs are in the 1 seed. They win, they get the 1 seed. So I don't know if they cover whatever. You said the line's like 9.5.
9.5 as currently.
Yeah, I could see the Chiefs winning and not covering, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna bet that one.
There's a reason that fantasy football doesn't happen this week. Nobody knows what the fuck's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a game without stakes, right? Oh, Kansas City's fine either way, and Vegas is not going to do shit. They're not starting Derek Carr. What are you going to do with any of this information? Like it's impossible. Okay, let's go on to.
I'm with Al though. If I had to bet it beforehand, I would lay the 9.5. But I'm not going to.
Let's go to a game with stakes. We're going to take it into Duval. We got Tennessee going into Jacksonville.
Game of the week. This is the game of the week.
I know Al and I are on different sides here. Al, start us off, bud.
So I gotta actually admire you, Matt, for taking the points with Tennessee here. I am laying the 6.5 the Jags, especially before it goes to 7. Here is a little fun stat I looked up today. I calculated the point differentials for every team in the playoff hunt since week 9. So basically, second half of the season. In the AFC, the Bengals are tops at plus 63. The Jaguars are plus 36 since week 9 point differential. The lowly Dolphins are plus 7. There's only one team in the AFC with a negative point differential who's in the playoff hunt since week 9, and it's the Titans, who are minus 51.
No, they're
not even just, they're playing awful. They're a bad team. Nothing's going their way. The Jags are hot as shit right now. Doug Peterson knows what he's doing. I don't see how this game is even remotely close. But I do feel like everyone's going to be on the Jags, and there might be some like stupid keep this thing close. But I think the Titans already said they're starting
Josh Dobbs.
Yeah, Josh Dobbs, who is now, I think, 10 days into their system. So not a good look for the Titans.
No, it's not a good look, but it's also a game with some serious stakes. I think Tennessee is going to be there to fight. And it's kind of a counter bet. I like to do the counterintuitive bets, and I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. I'm like, let's roll with it. I think Jacksonville's going to win, but I think the game's going to end up being pretty close. There may be some backdoor action at the end of the game, and with an onside to get it, and they won't get it. And Jacksonville will be dancing into a 4 seed in the AFC.
What happened with Willis?
He got hurt too, I think.
Okay. I'm definitely like the 6.5. Jacksonville's at home. Tennessee's defense is really good, but I'm just going with the quarterback, man.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm going to hopefully they'll ride Derrick Henry to victory. Or not victory, but keeping it close to 1 score.
So that is
he hurt?
Did like everybody last week, including Derrick.
I think he was hurt or is hurt, but I don't know if it's like threatening next week.
It was a fake ass injury. It was. I mean, he might have been like, it's week 17 of the NFL season, so everybody's hurt. But he would have played if they wouldn't needed him to last week. So he was a rest kind of deal. He's definitely playing, and he'll be 100. He'll be Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Chris, did you have something to add there? The injury?
Nope. It was just covered.
All right, but maybe I'm an idiot. Sunshine, are you joining in the Jacksonville party? You're going to make it a Duval party?
Oh, yeah. They're just too hot right now.
They are hot.
Like, I mean, the team is awfully. Hopefully, we can go back and edit this, but the team is obviously like vibing together.
Yeah.
Like, they're really coming around, and I don't think I would ever bet on Jacksonville before this.
Sunshine, I don't know how many of these podcasts you've listened to, but we do not go back and edit.
No, we let it sit.
If you hear me talk on any of our podcasts, we do not go back and edit. I'm a fucking idiot.
No, you did a great job. You did a great job. We fuck up words all the time. That's part of the beauty of this.
Yeah,
And we've been
the,
drinking.
I will say
Sorry.
what's going to be particularly sweet for my Jags fans and my buddies who here in Jacksonville. So the Titans have been the Jags like bane of their existence. Like they, the Jags are the only team to go basically go undefeated in an entire season and only lose to one team the whole season. They went, I think, 14-3 back in like 98 or something. They lost their 2 division games to the Titans, and then the Titans beat them in the playoffs. And those are the only games they lost that whole season.
I did not know that.
The Jags, I think, had lost like 8 straight against Tennessee and like 4 straight in Tennessee going into this year. And then they went to Tennessee and just whooped the dog shit out of the Titans. And they're going to do it again in Jacksonville. And it's going to be a really good day for the city.
Well, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping the state of Florida has a bunch of playoff teams come the end of the weekend. Let's go over to Tampa Bay, Atlanta. Not really a lot to put here. Tampa Bay has locked their spot, right? They're stuck in the 4th spot regardless. Atlanta is out of the playoffs. This is the reason I love Atlanta in this game. Atlanta is going to show some heart. They are going to be testing out Desmond Ritter. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Guys playing for spots next year. Guys on that team playing for spots next year.
They're going to be hungrier.
Also,
Algier has been good. They have some good young talent, and might as well let them roll. And Tampa's not going to play shit. So
did you see Tom Brady's super weird TikTok last week?
No, I did not. But
or his Instagram post?
Was it Instagram Live or whatever he did? It was like he tweeted out like his legs with the young boy's legs, and then it was him making out with the young boy, but it was his son. It was super weird.
It was weird.
Yeah,
like I get it. You love your son, and like it's okay to show affection, but like it's weird when he does it.
Was he like kissing him on the mouth?
No, he was like hugging him from behind and like kissing him on the neck, like very like high school boyfriend girlfriend thing. It's like, I mean, I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Love your child and don't be afraid to show it. But like
maybe,
Tom Brady, just maybe Tom Brady just don't show affection to anyone.
Maybe he's a computer program that's been learning how to emote and show love, and he's seen this, right? He's seen this continuously, especially with younger people. Like this is a way to show love, right? Maybe he's learning, right? The AI is getting better.
Yeah, like he's like a handsome sports Mark Zuckerberg. Like his brain is the Instagram algorithm, and that's how everything's like filtered through that.
It's like he learned how to show love to young people from Jeffrey Epstein, though.
Yeah, it is. It is like
Maybe.
that very much.
He's rich and white. So probably
to bring it back to this game, though, I wonder if Brady even starts this one. He might watch this one from the bench, unless he has some like weird starting record he wants to go out there for a series. But I think Tom Brady's the only reason Tampa is even flirting with 500, much less there. So it's a bad team without him. Who's it? Blaine Gabbert is their backup?
Their defense.
Blaine Gabbert is their backup.
Yeah, the Tampa Bay defense is what's so good, but that offense is atrocious without him.
Yeah.
And when God,
it has talent at the skill positions. It's just
they were hurt all year, and they were really, really, really bad when Godwin wasn't there.
Yeah.
Evans was like once. Sorry, I've interrupted you. Try points, Chris. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I would like you to go.
Oh, I think they are a good team. I think they're a good team. I don't know what's been going on with Brady. He's got a lot of like personal stuff going on, but at the end of the day, I think after trying to be a Falcons fan for my life, I probably learned just not to doubt Tom Brady. And after his performance last week, I was just like, oh wait, he is still there. His heart is still beating. He is still alive. He may not start this next week, but I think that even with Blaine Gabbert, the team is still good.
I don't
either. But
Van Helsing Ritter.
So the thing Tom Brady is very best at in the world is bringing you back from down like 10 points or less in the fourth quarter, and that defense is good enough to keep you within 10 points or less in the fourth quarter, which is why that team is in every game this year, basically. And it always feels like they're going to win at the end. Even if they go 3 and out the whole game, it feels like they're going to score on that last drive to take the lead. So, anyway, I do like Atlanta in this game specifically, though. I just wanted to talk about.
I was going to say, is this going to lead to you betting on them or not? Okay.
I'm not betting on this game at all, but because I don't know who's playing quarterback, and like I said, I think Tom Brady's going to be watching from his son's.
Yeah.
I was totally convinced. I'm taking Atlanta minus 2.5 in this game.
You're going? Let's go.
It's so dumb. It is so dumb. But you guys talking about my team like that put faith in my heart, and it grew 2 sizes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Atlanta Grinchish bastard.
I liked Atlanta. I made so much money betting Atlanta once they were down by 2 touchdowns earlier this season. Like, get down by 2 touchdowns, live bet them. I get like plus 19 points. They covered it every time. It was like the easiest bet of the year. But they stopped giving me those lines. They're like, oh, Atlanta's going to come back. They stopped giving them live. So,
yeah.
All right, let's talk about an absolute dog shit game going on in Miami Gardens this week. And we got the Jets coming into the Dolphins. Both teams have been playing terribly lately. Skylar Thompson will be starting, I believe, for the Dolphins this weekend. And the Jets have nothing to play for. I'm taking the under. Like, there's nothing in the world that would stop me from taking the under in this game. Under 39.5. Jets still have a good defense. Don't really know where the points will be coming for either team. Under 39.5.
That's very good.
I like the under. I like that. I do know that we're going to have a listener watch party at Dave's tailgate, which is Zach's buddy. I don't know if either of them listen, but Joey will be there, our listener.
All of our
Come on out to Dave's tailgate in West 10.
Over near East 12 or something. Look for the giant inflatable Dolphins, man.
There's gonna be like a weird fat dude that shows up in like a Cure t-shirt.
I hope so.
Hands in his pockets, like, is this a ChuggieBets tailgate?
Yeah.
Dude, if he does, I will chug so many beers with him.
East 12, Orange.
I'm sorry if you're a Chuggy or a chubby Cure fan listening to this. There's a place for you here.
If you're a Chuggy Cure fan, holler at your boy. We can be 2 Ps. But under 39.5.
I really like that. That you make a good case for that. I mean, the Jets defense is good. Their offense, we don't know what we're getting with a Mike White offense when there's nothing on the line. And I don't think the Dolphins is for a damn point against a good defense with whatever a Skylar Thompson is.
There's a bit of me that's scared that Zach Wilson may play and he may try to show out, trying to get his a spot somewhere else next.
You should hope he tries to show out because
I do, but I'm scared if he does show out somehow. He makes those NFL combine throws.
Yeah, but the problem is if there's somebody on the other team there, they usually catch it when he makes the NFL combine throws.
That's true. And the Dolphins do have something to play for. It's like the only. Personally, it's like a.
Are we sure Tua's not playing?
Yes.
They don't think he's part of the plan. Yeah.
Okay.
And Teddy's definitely not playing. He broke.
Teddy's out. Teddy's out. He has one of those injuries that you can see.
Ooh, I hate those. Sonny, what you got?
I took the Dolphins. I was able to get them -1. I took that bet because it's kind of personal. I have several friends that are Dolphins fans, and they've been waiting for this for quite some time. And just, in support. I wish my team was there, but if I can't win by my team, I'll win vicariously through the Dolphins.
I'm not entirely sure how the playoffs shake out, but if the Dolphins win, the Patriots play the Bills, so they're probably going to lose that game. Do the Dolphins need the Steelers to lose? Or...
I think the Dolphins have just needed a win like the past 9 weeks.
No. Now they need the Patriots to lose, and they need to win.
Yeah,
the Steelers
Dolphins
need both
win
the
and
Patriots
the
and the
loss
Dolphins
gets them
to
in,
lose.
and the Steelers need a Dolphins loss. Okay, that's what it is.
So Pittsburgh's rooting for the AFC East to lose. I guess they're all playing each other.
Dolphins,
Dolphins
are like 0 for December in the last 9 years, though. So at least this game's in January.
Who? Thank Christ. We stink in December. God, it's awful.
Yeah, new month, new team.
Yeah, who dis? All right, let's go to the next game. We got Cleveland, surprisingly at 7-9. I didn't realize that. And at Pittsburgh at 8-8. Let me go down the list. Oh, I guess I'm the only one on the play here. Under 40.5. Oh, I think it's under 40 now, but under 40, do it. Pittsburgh wins games in the teens. They've kind of redeveloped themselves as this defense. They also still have Kenny Pickett as quarterback, who did show some heart the other day, winning a 16-9 or 16-13 game.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
a classic.
Runs around a little bit.
Yeah. I don't think there's going to be a lot of points to be scored here. I think Pittsburgh's defense is going to be incredibly motivated. Cleveland has nothing to play for. Under 40. Hit the under.
Pittsburgh's offense gets a lot of first downs by like 1 inch.
Oh,
They
every
also
inch
miss
matters.
a lot of first downs by like 7 yards.
7 yards short.
So we haven't gotten it yet, and I'm not sure if we will, but something just kind of tells me that we're gonna get like an actually good Deshaun Watson game. And this
He's had
seems
one.
like, has he?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It seems like the kind where, he puts up 303 TDs and you're like, oh, yeah, that's Deshaun Watson. I forgot about him. God, I hate that guy,
Three touchdowns last week.
For that. Also, is this a 1 o'clock game on Sunday?
It is, yes. They're
Okay.
playing everyone in that 7th spot in the AFC, I think, plays at 1.
It was only on 160 yards, though, so I guess that doesn't count.
Yeah, they all play 1.
Because the other thing to consider is like what the playoff implications are going to be at kickoff for these games. Because I don't know, like if the Steelers are already eliminated, they're like, I don't think they're gonna play for shit. But if they're not, then
No, all
the
three of
teams
those
happen
teams, the
simultaneous.
Pats, the Dolphins, and the Steelers all play at 1 on Sunday.
Okay.
No questions.
Steelers,
You'll find out at the end of the game who makes it. So
Yeah.
Patriots hold the spot. If they beat the Bills, they're in. So go Buffalo, go. Anything else on Cincinnati, Pittsburgh?
No, I except to reiterate that I love this under with you as well. I'm not locking either of these unders in as a chuggy bet, but I'm probably definitely going to go bet them.
All right, let's go to New Orleans. We got Carolina coming into New Orleans. New Orleans is favored by 3.5. I don't know. I literally didn't. Both teams are eliminated. Anything? The total is at 41.5. I'd probably bet Carolina because they've been playing pretty well lately, plus 3.5. But I have no idea.
Carolina's been better recently. That's all.
That's it. All right, let's roll on.
Yeah.
You guys, we have a banger in the AFC South. We've got Houston going into Indianapolis. These two teams have played 32 games, and there are 6 wins between the two of them. Indianapolis is favored by 2.5. Anyone want to take a flyer here?
Yeah.
I would probably lean Houston because their defense has not been terrible recently.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm taking Houston plus 2.5. I think Houston has played feisty. I think they care more about this game. I think Indianapolis cannot get to the offseason fast enough. I think everyone on that team is clocked out.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think Houston's going to win this one. So yeah, 2.5, whatever it moves to.
Houston's defense has been great. They held the Jaguars to 31 points.
I've said all season, I thought the Colts were going to be sneaky good.
Yeah.
And I think I still kind of maintain that they could have been if they hadn't just fired everybody. They would have just given it a few weeks. But they fired Reich, and then they benched Matt Ryan, and then they bring in Jeff Saturday, and then just all went off the rails. So yeah, I think anyone who is a Colt is probably looking into not being a cult, whether it's like physically possible for them to get out of their contract or not. They're like, I'm done here. Nothing
I
good's
watched way too
happening.
much of that Houston Tennessee game 2 weeks ago because I had them in a bunch of teasers, and they just looked like they were still trying really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the Colts are. So
I also think people kind of respect Lovie Smith, and I don't know what that's worth in the NFL, but for a 2-14 team to be trying hard, it's like kudos, right? And these two teams tied each other, right, earlier in the year. That's correct. In week one,
Dan Campbell had his teams like that too. When they were trying real hard when they were bad. They were 2-14 bad, were they last year? But they were still trying all the way to the end.
Oh, I guess these teams did tie. I totally forgot about that. The only tie I thought of was Giants and Commanders.
week
but
one.
There was another
Nothing,
tie. Yeah.
Nothing starts off a season like a tie.
The only tie I thought of was Chelsea Nottingham Forest bullshit.
Unbelievable. We will be doing more soccer coverage coming up in a couple weeks, but fucking atrocity.
Do
The boys in blue
instead of all this stupid NFL.
Oh.
Let's go to the NFC North. We got now. You just ruined everything for me. Drink something.
Yeah, you gotta check a beer.
Minnesota is hosting. Chicago's hosting Minnesota. Chicago clearly has nothing to play for. Minnesota, they can still move around, right, Al?
Minnesota, they are not locked into their seed, so yeah, they can. I think they need San Francisco to lose, and I don't know if they can win the one seed. Actually,
San Francisco's getting the 1 seed, so
yeah. I don't know. I think this is what a tricky spot where if you think Minnesota is playing for something great, and if not, then they could just be benching everyone and just be okay with taking the 3 seed.
I don't think they're getting everyone, but I just don't think they're gonna like.
I know it's like my job to be the playoff scenario guy here, and I'm shitting the bed on this. But
buddy, I threw it at you.
No, it's okay. But I think the Vikings cannot make the 1 seed, which means it doesn't matter if they're the 2 seed or the 3 seed. So they're probably either going to half-ass it or bench some starters for this one. Is my thought.
Okay, so you would play Chicago. I don't know. This game.
I mean, Chicago's also bad. I mean, Justin Fields is good, but the Bears don't win games despite him playing well. So I don't know.
And they may want to take it easy on him this week. Like you've shown it. We know what we can do with your offense. Let's build around it. Let's not try to get you hurt in the last game of the year in a very meaningless game.
I wonder what the money line is.
The only way he plays well is when you let him play dangerously.
Cook. When he's Mr. Unlimited.
But he plays dangerously, and then he plays a whole lot better. When they try to force him into a safe play, he was really, really bad. So,
yeah, I think I would consider the Bears here, to be honest, but I'm not going to bet on them.
Yeah, it seems like a lot. It seems like a lot of questions, a lot of variables there. 45.5 seems a little low, but I don't know what to do with these teams who don't care. Let's go to the AFC East, the final game in the there's one more in the AFC 1 o'clock window. We've got New England going into Buffalo. This is a particularly hard spot considering what happened to the Buffalo team tonight. I don't really know what to say. I think Buffalo will have an axe to grind. And they actually kind of need to win this game. Will they cover it by 7.5? I don't know.
I can't believe there's even a line out right now. Considering Buffalo's probably gonna have to play another game this week before that game. Like that game was in the first quarter. We just started. So
yeah, I mean, I'm thinking it's probably just as likely that they end up just calling the game a tie.
I do too.
Like, I mean, having someone play a game on a Tuesday or whatever and then turn around and have to play on a Sunday is kind of shitty, especially when that next week has implications. Like, it's easy. I think I don't know. So I don't know what's going to happen. I wouldn't want to bet on this one.
The game does not have a line out right now.
I couldn't find a line on it either. But I will say that I've watched teams play on Thursday night and then Monday night, so it's not far fetched.
Yeah.
Like
Are you talking about in COVID
go
times?
from Monday night to go to Thursday?
Yeah,
like,
COVID
with
times.
3 days?
Like they play on the Thursday night game and then the Monday night game, or the Monday night game, then the Thursday night.
Yeah,
game.
that way. It's happened that way during COVID times. Teams couldn't play on Sunday because of COVID. They played Monday, but then they were the Thursday night game that week.
Yeah.
It happened to, like the Bengals or something.
Yeah. It happened with I think it happened with the 49ers because I remember Richard Sherman was pretty pissed about it.
That sounds right.
Okay.
Yeah, they played in like 4 days. They played in like 4 days. It was like a big deal.
Yeah. So you wouldn't want to. Nobody has to bet on play on this one, right?
No, nobody's gonna. There's no line. We don't even know how to play it, so we gotta just.
Yeah. Okay. Cincinnati, Baltimore would be the next contest we're looking at here. I have an idea on a play for this one. It basically hinged on the Bengals losing to the Bills. So I might kind of wait on it to bet this if that's the case. But if the Bengals,
because we don't know if Lamar Jackson's going to play. Like this is what they were week 17. Like,
well, not only that, but if the Bengals lose to the Bills or whatever happens in that game, if it ends up talking up as a loss for the Bengals, the AFC North is still up for grabs. So the Ravens could beat the Bengals and win the division if the Bengals were to lose to the Bills. So in that situation, the Bengals would show up and whoop the dog shit out of a bad Ravens team. So I'd lay the 6 with the.
Who can win the division from the Bengals? Nobody can win the division from the Bengals.
Yeah.
Who?
The Ravens.
No.
They're
only one game back?
They're a game back if the Bengals lost to the Bills.
Okay.
And they would have the head-to-head at that point if they had finished with the same record.
So,
I am curious why you would think the Bengals would have lost the Bills.
Yeah, because the Bills are better.
The Bills are better, but they have.
And because you bet on the Bengals, so it's usually a good move to. No, I'm just kidding.
He's the best quarterback in the world, so.
No, I know. Fucking Joe Burrow is so damn good, man. Like,
he's so cool.
He's so fucking cool too.
Yeah,
he really is.
Handsome. God, Joe Burrow.
Remember when I said
he's got it all. He's got it all.
Team, and then they went out and won 11 games already. Yeah.
Al, you and I shit on them earlier in the year.
Yeah, I sure did. They're good.
I did it too. I was wrong.
So if they chalk this game up as a tie, then the Bengals.
If you thought one of those two teams from the Super Bowl, if you thought one of those two teams from the Super Bowl last year was going to be bad, which one would you have thought?
I didn't think it was Cincinnati. I didn't think it was Los Angeles who's going to be a fucking disaster. They're a train wreck. I'll drink, by the way, just for fun.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So we don't know what we're doing with the 1 o'clock slate because of the injury tonight. Who knows if they're going to get this game in? I don't think they're going to try to make it up, but that would fuck the Ravens. Pretty substantially.
Yeah, that's really the main reason why I think the NFL it would want them to actually finish playing this game out is because you call it a tie, or you just call the game off, and basically what you do is you chalk that up as a tie for both teams, and now that automatically wins the division for the Bengals, and the Ravens are stuck in the wild card.
Or you do a double header Monday. Oh, college football's on Monday. It's like you do the Monday night football, you move it to a double header on Monday, or like the same time, and have the Bills play the Patriots, you just move these games around so they can play Tuesday, and then they can have these games on Monday following.
I would bet Joe Burrow was walking over to their locker room to tell them, "Hey guys, we're cool forfeiting. We'll play the Ravens for the division."
They're gonna beat them
because he's that fucking cool.
Yeah, you're right. He probably did do that. He was probably like, it doesn't matter. We'll take the L. You guys take the W.
We'll see you in the playoffs.
I think the NFL forces into this game over playoff scenarios. You guys take the W. We'll forfeit this game. We're not going to play after a guy died on the field.
And I mean, it's not like they're playing to not to be in or out. Like even if they lost the division, they'd still be the 6th seed. and then they'd have to go to the Ravens. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. What? Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That's
Joe
fun.
Burrow, man.
You can't
I
play
love Joe Burrow.
inside the division in the first round.
I love him.
Yeah, you can.
I love Joe Burrow.
I don't think you can play inside the division in the first round. I think if you're a wild card, you have to play outside the division in the first round.
Yeah, I think you're right, but I also don't
Is
know
that
if the
true?
new.
I don't think that is.
I think
with
having
the 7
teams
team.
now might make that difficult. So I don't know if that's true. But that's how it shapes up right now. So I don't know.
All right,
Just
let's
don't
throw
know.
it to the 4 o'clock window. What do you say, boys? We've got
Yeah, let's get some picks.
Yeah, we need some more picks in this podcast.
All this
gambling.
like uncertainty on the 1 o'clock window. Fuck that.
Dude, it's week
4 o'clock
17. There's
window's
not
where
going to be
it's
as
at.
many picks. It's week 17. There's just not going to be as many picks.
It's week 18.
All right,
but
boys.
yeah, same.
You know what I mean?
It's an important question. Is Jalen Hurts playing this weekend? They do have something to play for, right? Philly's
No.
going to get the one
You
if
know,
they play.
Danny has inside info
No.
on this, apparently.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Our newsbreaker. I don't know if they are playing this weekend. If Jalen Hurts is playing, I am laying the 14. And I'm assuming the number is 14 because Jalen Hurts is playing. I know that's a ridiculous number, but the Giants have nothing to play for. And I don't know. The spread of 14 seems like a lot, but fuck it. Let's live dangerously. Eagles by 14. It's a dumb play.
I had that on my sheet and then I deleted it because I was like, that's a lot of points for a team that may not be playing Jalen Hurts and may not even care about whether or not they win the game. So I don't know. I think they will care at least a bit, but
Carrying to 14 or
taking the
more
14
points is a lot of
points.
care. What?
I'm taking the 14 points.
It's a good move.
taking Giants plus 14.
Giants
I
are
too.
locked into that 6th spot. They have nothing to play for. That was my only thought. They're going to rest everybody.
Yeah, but it's so funny
Yeah,
because that seems like obvious logic, right, Matt? But then you also have coaches that are like,
But
"Oh,
then
we
there's, like,
can't
Dave
lose
Waller's
going
like,
into
why
the
are we-
playoffs.
if
We need
we
to
rest
keep momentum
people-
going and all this
Yeah,
shit."
if we rest people, we don't want to go into the playoffs off a loss.
We don't want to be rusty. We want to go for the throat. It's a playoff mode.
And that is the
winner
reason I took
Like-
the over. I got
Over is a good play. I
I
like
got the over
over.
at 42. I figured, both these teams would probably score 20 points. I'm not saying they're going over 40, like they're going into the 60s, but I mean, I think both teams will score 21 points. Sure.
Who is
I
the
could see
Giants'
Daniel
backup
Jones
quarterback?
pulling 3 touchdowns on this Eagles team somehow. I could see that happening. Saquon
Who's
Barkley.
Daniel Jones, man.
I don't see Daniel Jones playing this game. I
No,
think they're
don't
gonna-
say that, Matt.
Tyrod Taylor.
What? What was
Tyrod
that you just-
Taylor.
Oh, Tyrod. Ty God is
Oh,
back.
shit. That guy's still around?
You know what? I like the over more now. Ty God is going to put it on him.
Man, what would you guys do to have him in Miami right now?
God, I would my kingdom for a quarterback to play one game to get us to 2 in the playoffs.
Dayball
Yeah,
strikes me as a football guy who doesn't know that they made the playoffs yet.
He could be. They were
Playoffs?
asking him a lot about it. He's like, who's going to play for you this week? He's like, don't really know. We just played a game last week. We're going to figure out this week. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
you really are a football guy.
Yeah.
Got a couple other really odd games in the 4 o'clock window. We got Arizona at San Francisco. This game started at 3 points. Now it is a 14-point spread between Arizona and San Francisco. I don't know if anyone has a lean there. It just seems like a lot of damn points.
Yeah, I saw how much that moved, and I was like, nope, I'm not touching it.
Arizona keeps playing worse and worse quarterbacks. I just don't want to bet on them.
Yeah.
I know. Is Tyler Tyler Blah playing this weekend? Blue? Do you know who I'm talking about? Here.
But they've gone.
Are you talking about David Blau?
David Blau. That's
David
it.
Blau,
David
yeah.
Blah. I think
Blah.
David Blah.
David Blech. Yeah, he's bad.
I think he is starting this weekend for Arizona.
Good for
He
him.
is-
No more
He's
Trace
a nice
McSorley.
guy.
I think the Trace McSorley experience is over.
Yeah, well, I don't know if David Blau's actually worse then. They may have improved.
I've
It's pretty
seen
bad.
David Blah before in Detroit, I believe.
Yeah. Yep. Very bad.
Dude, the amount of teams that are on like third and fourth string quarterbacks is ridiculous. This
is
sport
nuts.
is dumb,
Yeah.
and I love it. So you guys have a pick? You guys gonna ride David Blah to victory or?
Nope. Not
No,
touching this one.
I'm not taking plus 200 points with David Blau.
All right.
I feel like every single game, I've been like, no, I don't have a play, but I also have like 6 plays or something, and I guess I've given a few of them. So yeah, okay, we're good. I got 2 more to go, so
All
still got some
right.
plays to go.
In a battle of the NFC West, that doesn't matter. Dallas Cowboys. Oh, Dallas Cowboys are still alive. I'm sorry. They could still win that division. It does matter for Dallas. And you got the Washington Commanders, who
Newly eliminated.
may think they're in the playoffs, but they're not. Spread here is only 3.5 to Dallas in Washington. Anyone have a play here?
I feel like Dallas could play all their backups and cover this.
We're looking at Philly. What does Philly play? Also at 4.
Yep, they're all going to play at
25
the
or
same
whatever?
time again.
Looks like it. Yeah. I have a play.
I would take when the numbers come out, and I don't know they're not out yet. 3.5 according to Bovado right now.
All right.
Yeah,
taking
why
the
is it
Dallas
so low?
Taking the Dallas minus 3.5.
That and
Yeah.
DraftKings, you can get it for 3.5 right now.
It feels like the right side, and it feels like a dumb line, but also when that happens, it feels like it happens for a reason.
You know, sometimes dumb lines are right, and sometimes those stinky lines are stinky for a reason, like Tulane plus 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
stinky. God, it's the wrong podcast. We'll save it for the college one. It's coming out later this week.
So
That
good.
What
was
a dumb.
stinky line. You guys were all right. You guys were all right to be skeptical.
Fearful. So dumb. Yeah, I may look at a team total under for Washington when they put out those numbers. I think Dallas is going to try to throttle them to death, and just guarantee that they win. They may
Are we
let
gonna
off on the offense.
Are we gonna get a Sam? What's his face?
Fuck
Sam
Sam Howell.
Harlow? Howell?
I hate Sam Howell, and I hope he starts. And I hope he gets a start against Dallas's A team. And I hope he gets everything that's been coming to him for 4 years.
You hope he gets a nice, healthy dose of Micah Parsons?
I hope so. I hope he gets everything that's been coming to him. I'll put a video on TikTok from a couple years ago, how I feel about Sam Howell.
Are you talking about the drunk Matto in the pool Sam Howell video?
I hate him. I hate him.
I hate him. So good.
I do hate him.
Oh, that's worth going to look for it.
Yeah, go to our TikTok. Honestly, if you weren't on TikTok this weekend, you lost out on hundreds of thousands.
So much money. You lost out on
so much money.
That was very good.
Al laid out a gem. Went 4 for 4, and told you to parlay them or round robin, and I did.
Actually, I'm passing on my Chuggy to you, dear listener. If you did not see that TikTok and make those plays, you should not only kick yourself, but you should chug a beer.
You'd have so much money right now. You'd have so much money right now. If you had followed all of Andy's picks this week, you'd still have money if you just did Al's round robin.
You would have.
If you had followed my picks all season, all season and just did Al's round robin this week, you'd have tons of money.
You'd probably be close to even.
You'd be way more than even.
It was a good time. I know I had a good time.
That far down.
I was texting.
That thing paid like 120 units or something.
Yeah.
I was drunk texting the boys all New Year's Day. Be like, we're so close to hitting this.
It was great.
As soon as TCU got that pick 6, I was like, this is going to be a good day. It's going to be a very good day.
Man, that was a ball game. Again, we'll have another podcast out for you with the college football. We'll get the big squad in here, and it's going to be awesome because it was a crazy week in college. Let's go to the Rams at Seattle. Seattle's got something to play for, man. They got something to play for. They have the final spot locked up, right? Currently.
No, not locked up. They're in the final spot, but they need a Packers loss and a win.
Oh, they need to win and a Packers loss. Okay.
Yep.
So the Packers have the final spot locked up.
Yeah,
Got
Packers in the driver's seat.
Okay, so Seattle is laying 6.5. At home, totals at 41.5. You guys have any thoughts?
I haven't put it in here, but I think I'm gonna add it now. I think I like the Rams to cover.
I think I do
Rams
too.
plus 6.5, but I don't like them to win. I like Seattle to win, but Rams to cover.
I'm gonna join you on that.
I wonder, can you do like a Seattle by 1 to 6 points bet?
I'm sure you can.
Because if that's available on your book, I kind of like that. If it's like plus something.
I can tell you what that is. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, Rams have been playing
They
outside
don't
of.
have those up. They don't have those up right now. They're not till Saturday, or till Friday. Sorry.
It's a little early on that. The Rams have been.
I feel like Baker
showing-
wants to go out with an exclamation mark. Maybe, let everybody out there know that he can still sling it as QB1. But I do think beyond that, that is a Rams team that is just playing for pride, and a Seahawks team at home that is looking to steal up a playoff spot. So it's kind of tough to compete with that.
I'm with you. I like the Seahawks by. You said Seahawks by 1 to 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that bet a lot. I don't like the line at 6.5, which is why I didn't bet it, but I like them to win. So that's really.
And also, it plays.
Also,
It also plays right into Al's system of take the team that has not covered the spread against the team that has covered the spread the previous week, and it's right in that sweet spot. So
also Al's much more successful system of bet the team that's going to make the Lions hurt the most.
Yeah.
The Lions can't hurt the most. Yeah.
it's a classic system. So, I think I'm going to play the Rams as well here at plus 6.5. It seems like too many points. Seattle looked great against the Jets the other day, though. They suffocated them.
Yeah, they've been pretty bad besides that, though. So it's kind
Seattle
of like the past 4 weeks or something. They were humming along first half of the season, then they kind of like shit the bed for a month.
Well, they played Carolina. That was a shitty one, but they lost to Kansas City and San Francisco. A lot of people lose those two teams.
Yeah, a lot of teams lose to teams they're worse than. Even if you're like the 10th best team in the league or the 7th best team in the league, you're still going to be worse than Kansas City and San Francisco.
Yeah,
it's a tough one. All right, we're almost through this, boys. Let's take it home. We got the Chargers, who are locked into their spot against Denver this week. The Chargers are a 2.5-point favorite or a 3-point favorite, and the total's at 40.5. Anyone have a lean here?
Probably gonna hope that stays at 2.5 and tease it up.
Oh,
somebody else. I don't know who yet because
I think it's also at 3 right now. I can see 2.5 to 3.5.
I like teasing threes these days. Also, I know it's not long teasers or whatever the numbers say, but I think with the people going for 2 more and everything, Andy talked about that a little bit a couple weeks ago. But I like teasing threes now too. I don't tease the 9 down. I don't tease the 9 down to 3, but I'll tease the 2 or the 3s up.
Let me correct myself for a second. Bovada has it at 3 at minus 120 for some reason. Everyone else has it at minus 3.5 for better odds. So you can get it everywhere. The number's all over the place. So this is going to play better for Al. Al, what you got?
Yeah, I'm taking Broncos plus 3.5. They got rid of the cancer on their team, that being Nathaniel Hackett. Russ Wilson, I think he combined for like 3 touchdowns last week. Oh, it's weird how that happens. The second you get rid of like the reason your team sucks. The defense still really good, and that's before the Chargers will end up announcing that Justin Herbert's not playing. That's my guess. My guess is, I mean, that's totally beside the bet here. If Herbert plays, I still love Broncos plus 3.5 here.
Herbert doesn't play that and jumps 5 points the other way.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if Herbert doesn't play, and then you're like, oh shit, the Broncos are probably going to end up being favorites. It's like, plus it's in Denver, and the Chargers. Yeah, the Chargers are frauds. I hate them. I hate them.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm on the same side as you.
I'm gonna
and I
jump on
think-
this with you, Al. You talked me into it. I like this bet a lot.
I do too.
That was good analysis.
I'm going to join you as well. I was also eyeballing the under because it looks like a game where if the Chargers aren't playing Justin Herbert, who else are they not playing, right? It's going to stay really low. Denver's a nightmare defense still. I don't even know if Denver cares. I mean, they cared last week enough to play, so I don't know. I think Russell Wilson has an axe to grind a little bit, which is my only fear.
Yeah,
He's got to get more touchdowns than rooms in his house.
Oh, he just He just passed the amount of. He has more touchdowns than bathrooms in his house. Yeah. So that guy on TikTok who did it as a joke, it took you 17 weeks to get there, bud. But you landed the plane. It's probably better for you.
For long, if he had a kid when he started that joke, that kid's like walking and talking now.
He landed the plane finally. And
what a punchline.
We got one game left, so give out your chugs if you want, boys. It is Detroit at Green Bay. Game that really damn matters. Green Bay is in the driver's seat. Detroit has hope to stay alive if Detroit wins this game. They would need Seattle to lose. Is that correct, Al?
Yeah, correct.
So that result may be in hand, but also Detroit may just say fuck Green Bay for a long time of pain and misery. So this is going to be a really interesting game. Green Bay is a 4.5 point favorite, and the total is at 49. What you guys got?
Yeah, I'll kick this thing off as the resident Lions fan here. Taking Detroit plus 4.5. If Seattle wins, take this one to the bank. Lions are going to win the game outright, possibly handily, in a game that essentially doesn't matter, a game where they're just playing spoiler to keep Rodgers out of the playoffs. The Lions hate losing in Lambeau, but they sure are good at it. If Seattle loses, boy, do I love this setting up for a Packers heartbreaker to just like rip the heart out of the Lions' chest. But I do think at 4.5, that's a big spread for a Lions team that is going to be motivated to win the game regardless. I could see this thing being a field goal either way.
It could be. Al, I want to tell you to chug a beer just because I have one to give, and you've been giving great analysis. Sure. I want to reward you with some beer.
Thank you.
I'm going to take the over in this game because the Lions can score a bunch of points, and I feel like they're going to be motivated to score a bunch of points. And I like the idea of Aaron Rodgers has the offense playing a little bit better. The last couple weeks, they seem to – he's hitting some of those young receivers. Lazard has actually been playing really out of his mind because he's not as talented as he's been playing. And they have this rookie guy who's really stepped up the last couple weeks, whose name I cannot remember.
Watson.
Yeah, Christian. There it is. So the two of them have been playing pretty good. So I think that they're going to score a bunch of points, and I think over 49 and a half, 49, somewhere around there. It's going to hit.
I love both of your plays because the NFL is going to set up Aaron Rodgers to win the game at the end, and Mason Crossbar is going to get a chance to kick the field goal to win the game. So plus 4.5, and they're going to force Aaron Rodgers into the playoffs. And fucking Detroit scores. It's not going to be low scoring, so I love it. If it was in Detroit, I would love the 49, but it would probably be 53 or 54 there. So I think both plays are very good.
Yeah,
I really like the weather is going to be like.
I like both plays.
23 with 3-mile-an-hour winds.
Well,
as of right now.
That sounds nice.
Sounds lovely. Sounds like high scoring weather.
I definitely like the NFL conspiracy to get them in. I feel like they're going to be like making calls to get Aaron in, but I feel like the Lions are just going to keep screwing them over with huge plays.
Well, that's the point. I think it's going to be close. If it was plus 2.5, I would hate it. But plus 4.5, oh yeah, that's great.
Matt mentioned Mason Crossbar, and it got me thinking. What about this scenario? Rodgers, like perfect, just like leads like a beautiful little last minute drive to get them into field goal range. The maestro's done it again. And Mason Crosby shanks it or binks it off the upright, and it's like it wasn't Aaron Rodgers' fault. He did what he had to do to get the team in the playoffs. Someone else shit the
It's
bed.
really his favorite scenario because he
That's a
doesn't
good
have
like
that.
sayonara. I'm out.
He gets his
You know?
50 million. He doesn't have to play anymore, and he looks great. It works out.
And he
It
can go to
works
Vegas,
awesome.
gamble that $50 million on his boy Devontae Adams.
No,
Yeah,
he's
I can
spent it
see
on
it.
like rare earth stones that he can rub together or some shit.
He can show
Oh.
in his he fucks his 22-year-old crazy ass.
Hey.
Whoever he's with.
I like that. Good for him. That shit sounds dope. But you know he's not. He's gonna send it on like weird recreational drugs no one's ever heard of.
Yeah.
We're talking about Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Wait. What happened to Shailene Woodley or whatever?
I think that's who he's referring to.
Oh, that's the
Stone
22
ass.
Okay.
Oh, okay. The girl that's
I
our
know.
age. Got it.
Oh, she's our age?
Yeah.
Let's see.
That doesn't change the fact that he likes the stone in his ass when he has sex. Let's not get it.
Absolutely.
Age has
Right.
nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it looks like we did a good job. Sunshine, give out a chuggy.
Yeah, and let's lock in some chuggy bets.
Actually, if I could, I would like to pose a question and
Sure.
it's a scenario, and whoever I think answers the worst gets a chug.
Ooh, pressure.
So if you're at a bar and somebody walks up and is like, I'll have 2 fingers of Buffalo Trace, neat. Douche or not? That's my question.
I think it
What kind of
depends on the bar. Yeah.
Not a bourbon bar. But
Well, like, what are people dressed like? Are
It's
we
not- it's-
talking
it-
about
all
like
right,
the
all right,
dive
all right.
bar?
better than a Hooters.
Aaron Rodgers broke up with Shailene Woodley. Sorry.
Okay,
Oh, so he
thank you.
needs the money for
It's just
stones in
in.
the ass.
Breaking news.
Do-do, 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 do-do.
Shailene Woodley, heartbroken.
Paint us a word picture of what the bar looks like.
He's dating someone named Blue.
That sounds
he sucks.
fantastic.
He sucks.
Blue
so
Rogers.
You're my boy, Blue. All right.
Deja Blue is. Do you know what Deja Blue is?
Deja Blue? Is
Deja
that a
Blue.
stripper? Sounds like a stripper. You
I-
know when you're a South Florida guy, when you see the word deja and you pronounce it as deja.
She has a podcast. I don't know much else about her.
I can't wait to find out.
Oh, God,
When I
she
meet
seems
her, I'll tell
awful.
her I'm part of a podcast too. It'll be great. So
She is known as an influencer, a medicine woman, and the host of her own podcast.
It says her
Oh,
age
this
is
is
218.
Actually, she goes by Blu of Earth.
318?
That's what it says. 218.
Oh, 218.
She's Blu of Earth is her name. Blue of Earth. Look, I'm not trying to shame any women, right? Like, you do what you want. But she sounds like she sucks.
She sounds like she's conning him, and I love that. I love that for her.
All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your question, Chris.
No,
but,
I'm so glad we talked about Blu of Earth.
we had
No,
to
it's a
find
good
out.
question though. Like to me, so I feel like the divier the bar, the douchier, but also the fancier the bar, the douchier. So somewhere in between, if it's just like a regular bar, like a Buffalo Wild Wings, and you're ordering like 2 fingers of Buffalo Trace, it's
You're
just
fucking
like
worst.
normal. I think for me, the neat part, like people who order shit neat, it's like I can't get on board. Anytime I have like room temp liquor, I'm like,
what if you're ordering a shot and they won't give you it in a shot glass and you just want to do the shot?
yeah, you
Like
can
a
order
wedding?
it neat, but
Like a
also
wedding
with a side of
situation?
ice.
At Disney World, they won't give you shot glasses. So
Yeah, I've done that before, and then I did that warm shot, and I regretted it. And I was like, "This was still, it was worth it, but I didn't like it."
Well, that's where I do my lame. This is a really lame answer, but I always put cold beer in my mouth first, take like the very warm shot and like finish it off. If it's something that I don't have to necessarily savor.
Yeah, that's a
I just do the
expert level
expensive
move.
liquor.
But I'm also a bitch, right? Like, I'm sorry, I am not the best shot taker. Let me put it that way.
We're not supposed to use female.
Yeah, no.
inclined
I'll edit
make
myself
nothing
out.
more.
that was uncool.
There's no
was-
editing needed.
Calling yourself out.
You can be a bitch, and it doesn't have to be gender related.
It's
It is,
it's an
though.
uncool
You're
term.
supposed to use that word anymore.
It's
just
an
so-
uncool term. It was my fault. I am not the best shot taker, and I should be shamed for it. That person's a douche,
Yeah.
Chris. Regardless of the scenario,
Wait, is
right?
it
Like,
gendered?
See, the thought
It's
I had
Yeah,
was like, if you're ordering it by fingers,
I don't want to take douche away from us though. It's such a good word.
so
men should
say
only
you,
be called douche.
say you're somewhere where you know a cocktail is going to cost you like $18, and you're like, I don't want to order a double because I know in my head that means it's $36. So let me just say, give me 2 or 3 fingers of whatever it is, meaning it's going to be some different amount, but I don't know what that amount is. So in my head, I can just drink it freely, and then at the end go, God damn, she charged me $80 for that. Fuck. And you just sign your name on the bill.
But it makes you the worst because, like, can't you just say, I'll have a Buffalo Trace neat? Can I have a fist of Buffalo Trace? And like, I just
order
get charged.
a single or a double, bro. That's it.
That's-
just order a single or a double.
Can I have
Yeah,
a double
you
hand of Buffalo Trace?
You order
neat?
3
Just, like,
fingers of Buffalo
stack 'em?
Trace, and they pour it in like a fucking skinny highball, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, great. It's still 2 ounces.
I would love it if
It's just in like a vial.
they just brought him a the tall shot glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's 3
That's what
fingers.
they brought it for 2 fingers.
No. They gave him a regular old regular old
Highball or low ball.
I think a finger is a shot. So you say 2 fingers, you're ordering a double. Basically, is how a bartender would interpret that. Is my guess.
I feel like we just like continued a conversation from earlier without telling people, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was trying to give out and I think that the guy is not necessarily a douche. You don't know where he is, where he's from, and like if that's how they order drinks where he's from,
He's from a douchey
So
place.
is he from like?
I
Is
can
he
tell
from like 1880s West?
He very
Like, where does he need to be from?
Barkeep. 2
very
fingers.
southern
Neat.
accent, definitely was wearing a t-shirt, but definitely thinks he's better than you. He had a beer with it, and he drank the beer and the shot at the same pace.
Did he have a
which is
dumb
never
flat
okay.
brimmed hat? Like,
No.
What
but
if
like
what
a
if he's from
does he
Africa,
look like a
Chris?
character from
Is that okay?
Yellowstone?
Is it okay to be from Africa?
if he
Wow!
misses the rains,
Wow!
the
Look at
rains
this
in
guy.
Africa.
Do you
So,
bless them?
I hear you that like if you order whiskey different in a different country and that's just how you order your drinks there, then that's how you order your drinks there. Fine. But no, he's from America, clearly.
No. Ordering fingers is
Was
a
he wearing a
bourbon
bolo
thing.
tie? Is the guy wearing a bolo tie?
Absolutely. Wait, is he wearing a bolo tie? This
Then
is
it's
it. We need to
acceptable.
know.
It's acceptable.
Well, is he
He's
fat
fine.
or skinny? Actually, it doesn't matter. Either way, it's a win.
So if I ordered fingers and I was fatter, is that give me an advantage because I'm getting more liquor per dollar?
I don't think you're ever getting more
I don't
liquor
know if it
per
gets
dollar. I think you're
wider.
always getting the exact
Well,
amount
you
of
know what I'm
liquor
saying?
per
Like
dollar.
if
but
whose
You're not
fingers
actually
I get it,
pulling
I
the
get it.
food,
Matt,
you're
you
just
$4.
getting- You're just getting 2 shots. If you
Yeah,
order
I
2
You
know.
want to know who's fingering you? I got it.
Of course I do.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's Blu of Earth.
You know what sucks? I don't think we made ChuggieBets yet, and we just got listeners sitting here listening to us talk about whiskey for half an hour.
All right.
That's okay. We can just.
All right. Chris, tell someone to drink. Who gave the best answer? I don't think there's a good answer at the bunch, but or who gave the worst answer?
The answer is Al was right. Al gave the best answer. Mediocre bar, the trashy bar, douche, expensive bar, douche, mediocre bar, you're fine.
If I ever go to Buffalo Wild Wings and you order 2 fingers of whiskey, I'm going to laugh in your face. You better be at a higher end place than that. I'd be like, this is a fucking Buffalo
You're never
Wild
going to
Wings,
hear me
you
order
clown.
2 fingers or anything because I'm not a fucking douchebag.
Of course, Danny. That's my point. That's a douche move. Douche. If you're at Buffalo Wild Wings and you're like, can I have 2 fingers of Jägermeister?
Can I get
the hell out of here.
2 fingers of pink and 1 finger of stink?
I don't think
Just
I'll
end the podcast
be able
just
to
on that.
order bourbon normal again. I forever will be a 2-finger bourbon guy.
Yeah, you're just going to always get 2 fingers neat.
Oh.
Matthew, drink.
Fair enough.
Because your funny voice made me laugh. The hardest.
Oh. Jags minus 6.5. Lock it in. Chuggy bet.
Giants plus 14.
Giants plus 14. That's Dano's.
I'm going to go under 40 in Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
And then
Sonny's got a couple to play
Sonny,
here.
you got a chuggy bet you want to lock in, or
Yep. Let me. I'm gonna be over the New York Philadelphia. The
over
Giants versus
42.
the Eagles.
Love it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Normally I would go Bengals, but I couldn't find I couldn't find a line on them right now.
Do you guys
Yeah,
want to
they're not
speed
gonna-
through? Do you guys want to
That might
speed
be
through and
something.
fill out Andy's betting card? Everyone take one pick for Andy.
Sure.
You got to get into Andy's mindset. What bet does Andy take?
Too many points. Too many points, guys. It's too many points. Give them both plus 14s.
Yeah, New York
there's two
Giants plus
14s.
14 for sure.
And there's another plus 14?
There's a plus 30. Oh, no, that's TCU, Georgia. My bad.
Okay.
He's going with David Blah.
Yeah, plus 10.
Oh,
Blah.
the
Plus
Chargers.
14. Plus 14 on Arizona.
Arizona. Plus 14.
Yeah. Let's see what else
What am I doing?
Andy would like. He's allergic to taking points.
Raiders. What's the Raiders line?
Where is it?
Andy, you're betting on the Raiders.
9.5 is the Raiders.
Plus 9.5.
You get 10.5 with the Titans.
Oh, 10.5 with the Titans? Oh,
That's
are
what
you
it says.
teasing?
No, Titans, Cowboys, 10.5.
Wrong game, buddy.
Yeah, that's the wrong week.
Yeah, that was the last week.
That's Sims.
Oh. Esports.
All right, I
just-
think Andy's got a good game. I think he's going to lock in. I think he's going to lock in the
Oh,
Giants.
he's going to take
too,
the
as a
Bears.
quarterback.
What was the Bears? Chicago plus something.
Chicago.
Chicago is plus 4 or 4.5.
4.5. Okay.
He doesn't need that many plays. Just give him 2 or 3.
Yeah. All right, good. Sweet. We did it,
All right,
guys.
well, it's been a wonderful week. We've been here with you for 90 damn minutes. I'm glad you were here along for us with this weird ride of fingers and Blu of Earth. But we'll be back here next week to talk about the playoffs. And until then, go to TikTok. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all that stuff. We appreciate it. Thank you, listener. And good night, Joey.
Good night, Joey. Deja Blue.
Deja blue.